Welcome back to the Lonely Basement. The Mets just won a ridiculous game to win their series. As a Yankee fan, we don't necessarily root for the Mets to lose every game. I promise. No, really, we don't. Well, all right. So anyway, Mets are alive. That's all right. We will carry on. We are obviously still alive. Going to be playing on Saturday against the Royals. I do not like the Royals this year. I think they could be some trouble. Before the playoffs started, a little baseball talk here. I did kind of have that feeling, like a lot of people, the Tigers and the Royals. I kind of had a vibe about that Central. I don't know why. I'm not super confident of running through the American League, but we will see. We will see. So I was watching a video the other day live. Dylan Double D did with they did all their favorite card sets back to 52 tops from 80 tops, I believe. And it got me thinking, what's wrong with 1981 to 1990? What's wrong with the junk wax era? So I pulled out some cards and I took a look at my tops run and I lined them up, and I spent surprisingly a long amount of time trying to look and put them in order of my favorites. So what I have here is 1981 to 1990, the greatest era of Topps baseball cards, minus all the cards before that. And I put them in order of my favorite sets, and I thought I'd run through them. It actually took, I was staring at them, guys. I was like, which ones are better? Which ones are worse? So let's get this party started here. Not surprisingly, maybe, to some of you, I started off at the bottom of the pile with 89 tops. And I did kind of learn some things when I was staring at these cards. I lined them all up and I just stared at them. This is an OC. Ron Guidry. There's the Gator. His last card. Guidry. The ball floating up there. The reason I put this last, specifically, when I line all the cards up, you see different things. The logo is like a script logo. It's not an actual Yankee logo. There's no logo on the card, which is important to me. And I'm not a big fan of the way the ribbon is with the curves with the ribbon. So the 89 tops ended up at the bottom of the list. I think this card with some tweaks could be a better design, but alas, this is what they went with. Now, this set, maybe not surprisingly, came in second to last, the 90 tops. I don't mind some of the 90 tops, but again, this is one of those sets with the different color borders. This card's not even in the show, but here we go. I don't mind some of these cards. Some of them I don't like. Not a big fan of the yellow. Not a big fan of the yellow at all. Again, no logo. And color matching, sometimes with these different borders, it looks good, and other borders look really poor. So I think overall, the 89, it's a little broken up here. I do like a clean edge, but this is clean. But again, it's almost too plain and clean. So I did put the 90 after the 89. Next up, you would think I might like these more. This is the 88. I talked about the 67s and the 57s. And this is on its face a pretty simple, clean design. Beautiful future star, which is actually very cool. But when I was staring at this card and this set, they have the purple with the red, with the yellow. There's a lot going on with the colors that doesn't play well to my eye. I feel like this, I mean, maybe on the bottom, nice and straight, but this little yellow Band-Aid there, I don't like that for the name. So she came in there at the bottom under that. Now, this was hard because this is probably my most collected set of all time and my favorite set. I love this 86 tops. I love the black and the white with the Yankee pinstripes. It works for the Yankees. It works for most. Black and white's pretty simple, but it works for the Yankees specifically because of the white with the home jerseys specifically with the pinstripes. But when I was looking at all the cards together, the lack of color really kind of jumped. And again, no logo, plain writing on the bottom. The name not, maybe on the card would have been a little cooler. So my favorite set, the 86 Topps, surprising to me when I line them up, falls kind of low on the list. Next up, 82. This is our nice Dave Righetti rookie card. Again, I like the picture. I like the auto. I like the white border. Not a big fan. And I don't even mind the edge, but I'm not a big fan. I like the hockey stick going on here, the curvature. Again, the purple doesn't really play well to me with this picture. That's a great picture. And if this didn't have red and purple and be kind of busy down here, it might be a pretty good card. I mean, I like the card. I don't dislike the card. But it could be tweaked to be a better design, in my opinion. This one actually was higher than I believed it would be when I looked at it, and I'll explain to you why. We have an 87 Topps. This is Dave Winfield. Now, this is one of the first sets out of the last pile that we held up that has the Yankee logo. And I realized when looking at cards, the Yankee logo on the face of the card is important to me, and it's important to my eye. And when I started looking at different sets, I like the cards that have a team logo on them. The red in the team logo plays well off the red. The wood grain kind of just frames it as a blank canvas that you can really kind of put anything in there. A lot of people don't like the wood grain. I grew up in a wood grain basement, so this is nostalgia for me. A card set that I would have said maybe wasn't one of my favorites. When I lined them all up and I was staring at them, this one jumped higher up the list. Surprise. This one, I don't even know why. It's the baseball hat. The 81 Topps. The 81 Topps is a nice clean face. I love the baseball hat. I don't like the purple, but the purple does okay with the Yankee blues. The name is a little harder to read, but the little Topps baseball gets me every time, guys. 81 Topps, Oscar Gamble with the fro. 81 Topps. Let's see, number 4 on the list out of the 10. Number 4. Top 3. When I was staring at these cards, the 83 just jumped at me. This is not the best 83 Topps card I own, but I picked it because if you look at Andre Robertson, what is he doing with the bat? He's got the bat in his hand, the palm of his hand. Did he bunt? But then why has he got the ball? I don't know what he's doing there. Maybe that's a post bunt, but it looks like it's a follow through. I'm really not sure how the bat ends up like that. But the card itself, I realized I really liked the inset picture. That really jumped at me. No logo here. Logo would have helped. And the yellow, not my favorite. I think if that was a different color, it would have done much better. But it's clean. It's got the inset picture, big clean photograph, and I like this down here. The font is nice and clean. So the 83 Topps did very well. Top 3. You didn't think you wouldn't see it Don Mattingly, did you? Number 2, the 84 Topps. Again, I like the inset picture. Really worked for me when I look at these. I'm not the Giants fan. They love the purple. Not a Giants fan of purple in the 80s. I don't know why they kept sticking with the purple. Why not just do a nice blue? But they love the purple. But again, nice, clean, big picture, nice and white. And obviously, can't beat Donnie. 84 Topps coming in number 2. And last but not least, the one we haven't said, which I would not have said until I laid the cards out, if you asked me. The 85 Topps. The 85 Topps, again, kind of that purple that's not exactly Yankee blue. It's kind of purple blue. They kept doing it. But with this card, it works for this reason. It bounces off the logo. It has the logo, which is big. I think if you had a card with the logo, with the inset picture, an inset picture with a logo, you might have designed the perfect card. Again, I like white borders. It's got nice white borders. Kind of like this across the front here. Name's a little small, but that's all right down there. I don't mind that. And, of course, we have the Hall of Famer. Great manager, great player, Hall of Famer Yogi Berra. 85 Topps came in at number 1, guys. Shocking. I was going to do the backs, but we're not going to waste time on the backs. But I'll tell you what, I always like the 81 Topps backs. I love the baseball. I love the baseball. And I do love the 86 Topps backs because I probably looked at more 86 Topps backs than any back of any baseball cards ever in my lifetime. So there's a quick rundown. Some guys like to do 52s, and I like to do 82s. My top 10. Is this 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. My top 10 post-vintage, 1981 to 1990, designs of Topps. Maybe we'll do some Fleer, some Donruss someday, or some Score. You guys have a great night.